Yo, what's up, everybody? Mix here, and today we're going to be talking about Hiyuki, a Liberation Glacial damage dealer. She's the first, well, of course, like the first negative status uh, Glacial damage dealer, or the only one as of this moment before her actual sub DPS comes out. But I'm going to be talking about her teams she can do, and I'm only going to display probably one showcase team today, but without further ado, let's just get started. So, of course, like I said before, Hiyuki does mainly liberation damage, also negative status, aka Glacial Chafe, and she applies Glacial Chafe every time she is attacking a tacit Discord. We're for right now talk about what stats she really needs. So her main stats, of course, that she really needs is like around 2100 attack, around 60% crit rate, and about 250% crit damage. But of course, like I said, depends on the stats you have. You can get more than that. So the reason why I say around 60% crit rate is because her best set in the game, what's it called? Called Quiet Snowfall, which is a quiet snowfall. Basically, if you're inflicting Glacial Chafe on enemies, increases Glacial damage dealt by 10% for 15 seconds. But also this set also gives her around 25% crit damage while the effect is active, and basically helping her get more liberation damage as well. So of course like depends on the weapon. You want to focus on crit rate or crit damage on the forecast, and of course you want like crit rate, crit damage, ER, liberation damage, or attack on the whole set. So that way you guys could of course do them big damage numbers as well. So and also around liberation damage you want at least 25%. So that way you can do more damage with her liberation as well. And of course, just to be careful and just to be safe, you want at least 125 ER. But of course, if you just want 120, that's also completely okay. She can still be on field a little bit as well. But I humbly say just go to 125. So her best team as on release will feature Lene and if I go over here, Lene and Chisa. Chisa helping out with, of course, negative status as well. Like I'm going to say this right now, finally Chisa is finally going to get some use in this game. When she released, she had only one team, being Cartethia and Chacona. But thank God she's already doing that. Her second best team, of course, is going to feature again Lene with Mornier. Mornier increasing crit rate and crit damage as well, like Shorekeeper. And if you don't have Mornier, you can always swap in with, of course, Shorekeeper as well. And she's going to increase that crit rate and crit damage as well with her ultimate. So naturally, you will want, if on the rotations, you would want really just Lene on Toon Rupture mode. So that way once you Toon Break, she does a little bit of off-field damage. And of course, you're just going to use Mornier how you usually do. So for Hiyuki's weapons, her best in slot weapon being Frostburn, which basically increases attack, but also gives her amplification of Glacial Chafe, but also ignores 10% of the target's defense while using her liberation damage. Her second best of slot is, of course, Emerald of Genesis. Being you can it has ER, it has attack when you're losing a resident skill, which she uses resident skills during a bit of her rotations, but this is always a best in slot option, being no other option being better than EOG. So you don't really need to select other options, being this is basically you can get this as a standard banner weapon. So, of course, you really just want to mainly prioritize Hiyuki's liberation damage as well as her Forte circuit, being liberation going to be most of her damage. Of course, you can keep this at 8, but if you guys want like I said before in my different guide videos, if you guys want to 10 at least 4 of these, you could to do at least a little bit more damage as well. But you would want to keep your intro skill at around 6 just to save up some mats as well. So I'm gonna just showcase this build right now for this team being Lene and Mornier. But also there is one character that I know most people don't really like, but she's gonna be also very good for free-to-plays. If you do have Shorekeeper, Verena, or something like that, you could use this character right here, being Jianshin. Jianshin, reason being is because she brings out liberation damage amp as well. And her being a standard banner unit, she can also heal, give you shields, all that stuff like that. So she if you're desperate for a Resonance liberation damage amp, you can always go Jianshin. All right. So I'm gonna showcase this team with Mornier and Lene, and show you how good the damage would actually be. So, and then if you guys have these characters, I will show you the exact rotation you could really do with them. So, all right. So we're just gonna really show you how to really use this team's rotations, and of course we're gonna be in the 4th floor. So for starters, you really just want to use skill, basic attack, switch to Mornier, go to her mid-air state, build up her little Forte, ultimate after skilling, switch over to Lene, use a little thing for her rotation, and of course do that nice WPS damage. Switch over to Hiyuki, heavy attack, the ultimate. So for Hiyuki, you can just skill to build up those 2 stats, and then just basically just basic attack until you reach that 3rd one. And then you don't want to use all 4, you can just do 1, 2, and then you just keep and you let out. Got that nice little damage there. So we're gonna do this, get that little off-field damage. Right, boom, boom, there you go. And repeat. So that 1, 2, 3. Want to build up a yard, you can just do this. Switch over to Hiyuki. Boom. And then do some more melee. Boom, boom. And then do boom. 1, 2, 3. 2. And then you just, let that out. Do a nice big nuke damage. Just over the. Just keep on going that. There's everything. It's simple once you get the hang of it and once you practice with it, but you'll get used to the scene and eventually as well. There you go. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Take over to Hiyuki. A little damage. fully do this. Tell her to do that big nuke damage with her guy catch. And there we go. And that's basically how you really use this team's rotation. So like I said, that's how you mainly want to do to get a lot of ER. Like I said too, around 60% crit rate on Hiyuki, 250 crit damage or more if you can to do that, and around 125% ER for her to fully really regain her ultimate on each rotation. So with just showcasing it, remember guys, the best team on release is Hiyuki, Lene, Chisa. But if you don't have Chisa, you always have Mornier, Shorekeeper, and if you don't have either Lene or any of these characters, boost up. So you can use Jeje or Jianchin, as well as Shorekeeper or Farina. So this has been the Hiyuki guide. I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys can always catch me live on twitch.tv/mythicalmix. As well, I'm live every time, like at least like 4 or 5 days out of the week, streaming variety, as well as mostly just gacha games. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.